there are some really obvious things once you get to know what to look for that are going to be holding you back in your practicing and your progress at the piano. I'm going to go through 5 different specific things that I see people do. And what I mean by people is me as well in their practice that could make it so you never seem to get through a piece or never seem to progress in the music that you're learning. First thing is technique and warm-ups. There's 2 pieces to this. One is keep it to 10, maybe 20% of your practice. So if you're practicing for an hour, make it 6 minutes, maybe up to 10 minutes. Try not to go too long with this. When you're working on your technique and your warm-ups, let's say you're working on scales, and the scales are the main thing you're trying to learn and you're trying to get through all of your scales. Think, can I play C major every time I sit down at the piano perfectly? Can I even close my eyes and get it right without really thinking about it? If you can't, then C major isn't even there yet. One of the biggest mistakes I see in the tech learning or in the warm-up and technique learning is when a student gets to, okay, I think I've got it. Look at this, I got it. I'm about to get it right. That means it's time to move on to G major or whatever. That is not true. That means it's time to keep playing that scale. Lots of repetition. But once you get to that 6-minute mark or 3-minute mark, if you're doing 30 minutes of practice, then go, okay, I'm done with that for the day. I'll do more tomorrow. Then you move on to practicing music or sight reading or whatever you want to do next. The next 4 pieces of this are going to have to do with practicing actual music. One of the biggest mistakes we all make is deciding that I'm just going to play through the piece every time I sit down, whatever that piece might be. And no matter how easy or difficult the music might be, is just keep playing through it. And you find, why am I not getting anywhere? So let's say you're practicing for Elise. Of course, I'm making mistakes. Okay, I'm making all these mistakes, and you just keep playing, and you keep playing through the B section or the C section. There's all these mistakes going on. You have to section it out. Find parts of it that you want to practice. Find parts of it that you need to practice. Let's say you just need to learn that first section. Stop there. Repetition on that just to help get those notes. Make sure you get the notes right. It's really important to focus on small sections. This will actually help you learn the music more efficiently and faster. Now, that said, let's talk about what if something is so hard, I'm just not getting it. Let me give a demonstration of an example here. Let's see how badly I do this. Oh, wow. That was a lot of bad notes. So I guess what I need to do is just keep playing it over and over again until I get it right. No, you got to slow it down. And there is a way, this gets to number 3, is the way to slow it down is use the metronome, because you can't trust yourself to stay slow. Or at least I can't. So I'm going to set my metronome to a slow-ish tempo. And I'm going to turn that ding off because I really hate that ding sound. And I'm going to make sure I'm going slow enough that I can actually play it. Ooh, look at this. I'm getting all the right notes. And I'm going to stop right there. I'm not even going to go to the next measure. I'm going to play that measure again. And I'm going to gradually speed up my tempo using that metronome to help me out. Let's turn that off. Now, some people really hate the metronome, hate the sound of the metronome, everything. Well, unfortunately, the metronome is a necessary evil for something like that. Now, for Elise, maybe not. There are going to be times where the metronome gets in the way. This gets to another part that people make mistakes on, is thinking, okay, I need to use the metronome for everything. Well, let's say we're playing this. So unless you have a really hard time keeping the beat or understanding where the beat is on something like that, don't use the metronome. Then only use the metronome as far as you need to till you get something up to tempo, or you kind of get a better feel for the rhythm of that piece. The metronome is great, but it will make you sound robotic if you use it all the time. Last tip, this is number 5, sort of. I know there's more pieces inside each of those tips. 5 on the biggest mistake is over practicing one section. Let's say I'm playing this and I'm getting better at it, and I just keep playing that one measure over and over and over again for a week. Okay, that's going a little far. Move on. Add a new measure. Just don't start playing through the whole thing. That won't get you anywhere. You've got to keep moving on, play new sections. If you get frustrated with one piece and you just feel like, oh my gosh, I've been working on this for 30 minutes and I'm not getting anywhere, then you need more than one piece to work on. Work on sight reading, work on a second piece or a third piece. Make sure you at least have 2 things you're working on. I prefer to have more than that, but make sure you have at least 2 pieces you're working on, plus sight reading and some technique. I'm going to have a totally separate video on sight reading and different steps you can take at different levels and how different apps are going to help you to get better at sight reading.